Of course, for the organization, one of the main topics that we have for the next few years, and we've been dealing with, is the decarbonization of the shipping industry. And we are technology agnostics, just as fuel agnostics. So the reasons for that is to give that flexibility, that opportunity to the industry, to the different sectors, and to the member states, to the countries, to actually develop and take the necessary actions. Also, our rules are there to stimulate innovation, which is all we're looking forward towards the future. But we're not just all about decarbonization. We have a great pathway now towards 2030, 2040, and 2050. And the best outcome that I can say from last July was also the unanimity in the way that all the countries, as well as the NGOs and the IGOs that were all represented at the organization, came together behind that decision. It was monumental for us. And actually, it's putting us in a better place. What I ask for you as well is to take that opportunity and also campaign for how good the shipping industry is, because we normally just end up on the media with negative headlines, accidents, or we have not been ambitious enough. But this is a time to also put us on the headline, just as it happens during COVID, and everybody started to recognize and realize how indispensable we really are for society as a whole. So that's a plea from me to all of you to also support this. I just heard about inclusivity and diversity, one of the key areas as well that I want to work in the organization, because that stigma or slogan that because we're a technical sector, a technical organization, it's difficult to then have it be innovative or be inclusive, I don't really think that it stands this test of time. And there's so much more that we can do, but we need to be the leaders. We need to be outspoken about that and actually express an opinion when we are at the right opportunity. The same way that we work at the organization, and I was just having a conversations about all the equipment that we have on the bridge. The reality is that we've been working for years on e-navigation. Some of you may have heard about that. Now, is it actually achieving something? Is it taking us the right way? If not, please bring us the feedback, because it's the kind of things that we need to look at. It's not just having the regulations and keeping it there for a long time. It's understanding the end users. What's the feedback that they can give us? What is the experience on that? We've been very good in doing it on the environmental regulations. Perhaps we need to take a little bit of that lesson and expand it into other areas of the organization or the work that we carry out there. Now, I know that there are processes at IMO, but through your governments, through the organizations that you represent, NGOs, bring that feedback forward, because we will listen. We're not always going to get all the suggestions that you give us. Fortunately, we have 175, or fortunately, we have 175 member states, and we actually have to find a cohesiveness amongst orals, and this is what we've been doing, and IMO has been quite successful in that. But it is good to continue to have these dialogues. Another thing that I want to do is that to expand, sometimes beyond the maritime sector, because we have to interact with others. We need to learn from other sectors, other industries, the private sector as well. And I want to enhance that interaction and see how we can actually move forward and sometimes steal ideas from others that have been very successful and they can be implemented here. Just as we do with AI. We all talk about it, we all collecting data, but it's how we collect the data, why we're collecting that data for. And this is something that I also want to work on the organization. So it's a few challenges that we had ahead. I like challenges because I think it keeps us busy. And it's a way to actually maintain the motivation as well, stimulate the new generations to come on board this fantastic sector. And at the same time, just keep understanding each other. Let's just keep talking to each other. And let's see how we can get other parts of the world to actually come over to us, get to talk to us, and get to understand us as well. Because if I go back to decarbonization, we need the energy sector. Without them, we will not be able to do it. We don't regulate that, but they also need us because they need us to transport all those new renewable fuels. So there's a bit of a trade-off there. So in a nutshell, thank you very much for allowing me to be here with you for a few minutes. I'm sorry that I'm going to miss the conversations, but I got someone here that is going to remind me later on exactly what you went through. And Raul, if you're going to circulate it as well, please share it with me. And I hope that to see you at IMO, and if not, please find the ways to send the input to the organization, because the more that we share our experiences, the better that we can regulate and the better that we're actually going to reach out the sustainability in the sector. Thank you very much.